little road right here, this is the police trap. I was pulled over here going about 50 in my Jeep one morning on the way to work. So now I cruise along at 35, 36 miles an hour. It's a 40-mile-an-hour zone. On the next stretch, it is actually sometimes on the way home I hit the cruise control because I don't want to get pinched. You know, you get these bigger bikes like these MT-09, especially I'm running 1.1 here on the settings, so it just goes, right? There's no restrictions in this mode, and it's real easy to just twist the throttle. Next thing you know, you're going 80 or 90 miles an hour, and you know, on this road here, especially when the cops are out, yeah, they'll pinch you for that. And you know, I got lucky the first time I went to court, and they just no points or no nings, they just knocked it down to a small fine. So I got lucky that time, but you know, I'm sure that on a second or third offense, they ain't gonna be so nice. So we're gonna yeah, we're just gonna be respectful. And you know, I'm sure that you'll see on some of my rides here into work, you know, there's that double yellow, you ain't supposed to cross it, but you're gonna see these assholes, they just figure they're more important than everybody else, and they're gonna take off and rip around me or pass me or whatever. And you know, I may even do some videos from the Jeep, so you know, I'll mount that GoPro on the dash and you'll see stuff happen there too. So I guess we get into that a little bit too. I do have a little bit of what my vehicles are here. I got, obviously I'm riding my 2021 MT-09. Quick walk around video. This little Owens fork there. Nice fat ugly tail section they put on all these bikes here. Here's the side. There's their sexy front end. Alright, I'm gonna fire her up now. Key on. Do it at TFT dash. Run. It's been a dream bike for me. I was between this and the MT-10, and when the 2021s came out, I fell in love with the SP edition. Mostly, you know, I ain't no supercross rider or some crazy, you know, racer or anything like that, but honestly I fell in love with it because I like the colors. So I paid. I know you get the cruise control and the upgraded forks in the front with the KYB and the Öhlins underneath the seat and all that good stuff, but you know, and I use the cruise control. I like it. I've been on a couple rides where I get on a long straight road and just kick it in, and tell you what, it's nice to be able to sit up, just stretch your arms for a minute. But you know, I bought it because I like the color scheme. You know what I mean? I had my choice of this or a 2021 MT-10 up at a dealership I bought it at, and you know, really fell in love with this one. You know, did some mods to it and stuff like that, and we'll go over that in another video. But you know, I visit places like TST Industry and ASV and some Yamaha regular parts like the windscreen and stuff like that. But you know, but I'll go over the details of the bike, you know, some other point here, and some other plans I have moving down the road for it. You know, I'm not a huge modder or something like that. You know, I'm 46 years old. You know, I'm kind of past the time of making the bikes as loud as possible. I mean, I had an 89 FZR 600 that was banged up pretty bad when I bought it, and that had the regular old-fashioned Vance & Hines pipe on it. I mean, that thing, you'd wind it out going down the road and set off car alarms and stuff back then because the vibration sensor, you know. So I'm kind of past that point in my life. Not that I wouldn't change the exhaust on this bike, but you know, it's just, you know, I don't really need to. You know, I like the bike the way it is. I like the look of the bike with the exhaust hidden up underneath. You know, I'm not a big fan of the Aprakovich or some of the other ones I've seen where they stick out like a regular sport bike or a regular motorcycle, where they come up off the side of the passenger, you know, the right side of the motorcycle, or they tuck up like that. Even the ones that stick out by your heel, you know, by the rear sets and stuff. You know, I'm not a real big fan. You know, one of the things I loved about this bike is you don't see the exhaust, right? I mean, you know, some people call it like the belly of the alien, like from the movies and stuff like that, but I like it. I like the way it's hidden up underneath there, and I wish somebody would just make, you know, a performance exhaust that sticks up underneath like that. But You know, so yeah, I got my 2020 MT-09. You know, I got a 2012 Jeep Wrangler Sport that I bought brand new back in 2012, about actually maybe 10 years ago this month. It's just turned 148,000 miles, started to get broke in finally. And you know, I'll have that thing forever. You know, I love it. It was again, it was on the list of dream vehicles. You know, I always wanted to have a Jeep and stuff like that. I mean, I had a 93 regular Cherokee, regular XJ before that, but you know, I sold it to buy this one. And you know, my goal is to keep this one. Basically, I like to ride my vehicles till they die. So, you know, at 148,000 miles, you know, it's got a couple more years with me at least, probably another 10 or 12 hopefully. You know, it's getting less miles now because I'm starting to ride the bike more, but you know, that one pretty much bone stock. I mean, I got tires and wheels on it, right? I put some Pro Comp wheels with a 285 75 16 tires on it, so it's a 33-inch tire, and you know, done some little things here and there, upgraded the tailgate, you know, for the heavier tire. I got the TerraFlex carrier on there and stuff like that, and you know, done some other things to it, you know, here and there, just dumb little shit, nothing. It's got no lift or nothing yet or anything like that, but you know, I plan on it. You know, I'd like to do a 3. Now, this another one trying to try to kill me this morning. I'd like to do a 3.5 blend shift in 35s or 37s, but you know, I'm running on stock 321 gears, so you know, the lift in 35s on these flat Florida roads, I'll be all right. But I probably won't go too crazy with it, you know, and you know, I'm not going to throw 1-tons in it and put 40s and stuff like that. Well, I say I'm not, but I don't plan on it. You know, I plan to just let it run the way it is and keep it nice enough. And you know, again, 3.5-inch lift, some 35s, maybe re-gear to some 456s or 488s and throw a bumper and a winch on it, you know, so I could tear the trails up a little bit as it gets a little older. Maybe I'd do something like that, but otherwise, you know, it's my daily commuter. I like it. I take the top off, pop the doors off, and enjoy it, you know. The last few, you know, I got a couple other vehicles too. The wife drives a 2020 Durango, you know, it's nice. It's the comfort car, you know. I mean, we're traveling or whatever, we jump in her car, take a ride, and it's got the blacked out package and 20-inch rims and stuff, and it looks nice enough from Dodge, and you know, but that's her car. I don't fuck with it. I'm not gonna go out there and start modding it and crazy and make customization and stuff like that. And then my son inherited from my in-laws, he's got a 2000 Grand Cherokee Limited, and that thing is, you know, it's in real good shape. You know, my in-laws never drove it much. It's only got 117,000 miles on it. It's got the 4.7 V8 and stuff like that, and you know, him being a 16-year-old kid, he's of course obsessed with the idea of lift kits and tires and modifications and stuff like that. So, you know, we may piggyback off of my lift and tires and stuff, and we may end up helping him out a little bit with that, where he may you know, we may lift it up and, you know, do a little something here, and you know, but we'll see. You know, everything with time and money. You know what I mean? You know, I ain't poor, but I ain't got an infinite amount of money either. So we'll see where that goes. You know, we'll take it step by step. I mean, he's done some little things to it too, some nice tasteful things. Like he found these LED interior lights that are really cool, and you know, you get rid of the old incandescent bulbs that they had in there, and man, thing lights up like daytime now inside, which is nice when you're going to get in the car or you got to find something at night or whatever. It's nice, you know. And he wanted to replace the headlight enclosure, so he found some on Amazon that have a little LED halo ring on them, and you know, but still use regular halogen bulbs, so when they burn up, we'll put some LED bulbs in it and stuff like that, and you know, keep it nice. And you know, he's got his plans. He's all over Facebook Marketplace and OfferUp and Craigslist and stuff, always looking to see if somebody's getting rid of a set of tires and wheels for it. And you know, because that one only runs like, you know, 29 or 30-inch tires to begin with, but they got small wheel wells on them anyways. But you know, he's looking to see if he can squeeze out a pair of 33s out of somebody that came off of a, you know, a new Gladiator or maybe a new JK Wrangler. You know, if he could find the right deal on a set of those, he might buy those, and you know, we'll help him out get some wheel spacers, and you know, throw a 2 or 2.5-inch lift on it, and maybe trim them fenders up. You know, take the grinder to the fenders and trim it up and make it a little more beastly for him. But you know, he's a good kid. He works hard, and you know, he plays, you know, school and sports and stuff like that. He helps his mom around the house, and so you know, that's his. You know, 2000 Cherokee's his, and you know, Grand Cherokee. But we're gonna fix it up nice for him, and you know, if he wants to do a lift and stuff like that, then we're gonna entertain it. You know, nothing wrong with teaching a kid how to wrench, you know, because I can tell you, I learned from my parents, my father and my grandparents and stuff when I was younger, how to turn a wrench a little bit. And then, you know, when I was younger, you know, there wasn't as much internet availability, so you had to buy the Chilton or the Haynes manual and go out and fix your cars yourself. And you know, between the work I've done on my own vehicles and helping my brother and doing some other stuff, you know, saved a ton of money and had a little bit of fun while I was doing it. So, you know, well, you guys all know if you wrench, it ain't always fun, but I have fun with it. You know what I mean? I don't mind going out and tinkering on my vehicles a little bit and stuff like that. I mean, honestly, even with my motorcycle, I seem to like the tinkering almost as much as I like the riding of it, you know? You know, don't get me wrong, riding this thing's a hoot. This MT-09 is a great motorcycle, and you know, it's a good commuter and does some you know, does everything it's supposed to do. I ain't, you know, like I said, I ain't a stunt rider or racer or anything like that. I just like to get out and ride a little bit. You know, don't get me wrong, I've twisted the throttle and saw triple digits on it before, and you know, enjoyed myself doing that. But you know, I'm not one of those, you know, I'm not going to be out here ripping wheelies and, you know, lane splitting and all that craziness. You know, well, lane splitting's illegal in Florida anyways, but, you know, I'm going to go out and I'm going to enjoy my ride and, you know, watch the sunrise. You can see it coming up over the palm trees over there, and, you know, I'm going to have a good time with this, you know. And, you know, like I said, a lot of times maybe you'll just hear me bitching and moaning about my day, or talking about how my dogs are doing or my wife is doing or whatever. And but I'm gonna try to, you know, I'm gonna try to get some content too with the project. It's not just gonna be a moto vlog of me out here whining and bitching about everything or talking to you guys about my day. You know, there'll be videos like that. You know, I'd like to make the trip, you know, from my house. I can go out and go about a 3 or 3.5 hour ride, go out and squirt around Lake Okeechobee and stop there and take a look out that way. And there's some nice roads out there, nice long roads, and you know, see the cows and see the lake and stuff like that. But you know, so there'll be some moto vlogs and stuff like that I do, but a lot of what I do is going to be, you know, me and my son out, you know, in the garage or in his car or in my car, wrenching and doing stuff. I got some stuff to do on the Jeep, you know. After I saw his LED lights, I bought myself some, so I want to do my interior lights. And you know, I've been dying to upgrade the speakers in my JK for about 10 years now, ever since I blew one of them. So for Christmas, my wife bought me a set of, you know, right from Quadratech, the ones that the kicker upgrade that they offer. So I have the dash speakers and the, you know, the soundbar speakers, and the I got some tweeters for the dash. So I'll go ahead and, you know, I'll set the GoPro up and clamp it somewhere so you guys can watch that process and hopefully learn how to video edit, so you guys can, you don't have to watch all 2 hours of it while I'm out there dicking around, but you'll get to see some of it. And man, I gotta shorten that lever a little bit. I think I'm reaching just a little too far for it. And you'll get to see that stuff, you know.